Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Hopefully you guys are having an awesome day and a great weekend. Just want to give you guys a really fast update on what's going on with one of the snakes. So, got a couple of snakes from Justin Kabolka. I think we all know that he's pretty reputable, and I've not had any issues with any other snakes from him, but I am having one issue with one of the snakes probably for the last 2-ish months. It has not been eating. I've tried almost everything, frozen thawed, pre-killed, live, and it didn't want any of it. So it ate when I first got it, and then it just completely went off food. I originally had it in an ARS 7030. Then I got the new 5540, which is a little bit smaller. So I put all the ball pythons in the 5540, and almost 40 of them are eating very well, except for the one. And it was very concerning, and I know you guys have had this issue as well, owning ball pythons where snakes go off of food, and then they keep going off of food for longer and longer, and then it stresses you out, and you get really worried that they might be sick, that they're just gonna die, that they're gonna be super hungry, and all this crazy stuff. So I could not figure out why she was not eating. So I moved her little tub onto different areas on the rack, because maybe it was too hot for her, maybe it was too cold for her, something was going on that she didn't like, because ball pythons can be super picky. And that did not work, and I was trying to feed her 2 times a week. She didn't want any of it, and then she started kind of killing. So I was doing some lives, and then she would kill the rat, and then she wouldn't do anything with it. She would just leave it there. So I was like, okay, well, that's frustrating, because it's a waste of money and it's a waste of a mouse. And then I was like, okay, well, let's figure this out. So the humidity was good. The heat was obviously good, because all these are on the same heat. And if the ones next to them are eating, then there really shouldn't be any big of a problem. So I was like, okay, let's go back to the basics. Let's try to figure this out. So almost 2 months, she didn't want to eat. I put her back into a 15-quart tub right here. And I got a little hide in here. Got her water. I don't have a heating source for this. It was just on top of the anaconda cage, and I do have a oil heater right here. So, the bedroom's at like 80, 85, which is pretty good. So left her in here for about 3 or 4 days. Didn't mess with her. I was like, okay, maybe she just needs to relax in a little smaller area. And I did put hides in here. That didn't seem to work at all. So put her in here, and dropped a mouse in there. Or a rat in there, and I was like, well, she's probably not gonna eat, but I'll just leave a rat in here. I'll come check on it within the hour. So come back a little bit later, and she ate, which is amazing. Super excited. I'm glad she ate. So this is an Orange Dream, Yellow Belly, Mojave Blackhead Pied, and so frustrating because she would not eat. And it's just crazy because people hate on rack systems. People call me animal abuser. People say that these are the worst things you could put a snake in. And they need bigger areas, they need area to roam, they need to climb, they need to do this and that. But I guarantee you, if I had this snake in a PVC enclosure or a glass tank, she still would not be eating. She'd probably be far worse than what she is now. But just a really gorgeous snake. And sometimes you have to go back to the basics. You have to do some stuff that you might not personally like to do just to get the snake to eat. So, I'm not saying all rack systems are amazing, but appropriate size rack for appropriate size snake, I think, is fine. And then you can see some of these snakes in here that are very tiny still. So I got to clean her cage, but she's very tiny, and she has this big area to move around in. So it's just interesting how sometimes they don't like to eat in racks, but you put them in a very tiny area, like they would in the wild, and within 4 days, she ate a rat, which is wild. So, just a quick update. She is eating again. I had to go this route, which is perfectly fine. I honestly could leave her in this little box right here until she gets bigger. She lost a little bit of weight, but nothing significant. I was monitoring that, and obviously she's doing very, very well. So, if you don't have a snake that eats, I would highly recommend, even if it's against your ethics, to put a snake in a little box just to see what would happen. And if it eats, it eats. And then if it keeps on eating and it's doing well, maybe you can put the snake back into your glass tank or back into your PVC enclosure that you would prefer to put it in. And maybe you'll have a good success rate after that. But we got to go back to the basics sometimes. And I'm going to show you a new snake, and that's it. All right, really quickly, I got a new snake. I got two new snakes, but I'll just debut this one really fast. If you guys can guess what it is, more brownie points for you. But this girl looks phenomenal. 2022 from Justin. And we can see how phenomenal this girl really looks. Super excited for her for the future. And just to have this new gene in clown in the collection. So hopefully you guys are doing well. And just want to give you that quick update that that girl is eating. And we have a new snake. So I'll see you guys on the next video. Hopefully the next video is when I get the second one, and I'll debut both of them for you guys. See ya.